This was not my plan for the morning. This hive over here, really aggressive. If they attack him, they could seriously hurt or kill him. They're literally wild animals. That's kind of stressful. It could be really bad. This was not my plan for the morning. I got up early to go take care of some bee things. And when my kids were coming out to do their chores, and they're like, Bunny has little tiny babies and they're all over the ground. So yeah, little Miss Bunny here, I gave her a nest box when we got back from vacation. She's had plenty of time to make it, but she didn't pull any fur, nothing. And she's been having these babies on the wire. She's even had, did she have one or two more since you were standing here?
Thank you.
She's had like 2 more babies on the wire while they're standing here. I'm putting them in the nest, but she didn't pull fur. So we're shredding cotton balls to put in there to keep them warm. She saw that they were in there, I think, so hopefully she'll go back and take care of them, but goodness. Like, they haven't really been cleaned off at all because, I mean, she was trying to clean off the one that we saw, but then they fall through the wire before she can finish. So they're all very sticky and bloody and the cotton sticking to them. It's a mess. Cleaning blood off the wire. Meanwhile, I think I counted 8 so far, babies, and they're unattended. Morning. It is Sunday, but I am home with some sick kiddos. So I thought I'd tell you about my day yesterday. Look at these goats. The dog walked by, so they're all at attention. Anyway, so Friday, my neighbor calls, and mind you, we had just gotten back into town Wednesday night. So just got back into town. My neighbor calls, and he says, hey, this swarm, or this hive over here that you said was a little hot, they are really aggressive. Like, they're really hot. I was just mowing the lawn, and I've never had so many bees on me at one time. They were just attacking me when I wasn't even close to them. And a couple times I've gone out just to fill the bee waterers, not bothering them at all, and they've just come up and sting me. Like, they're really aggressive, and I think you need to move them out of my yard because the kid on the other side of me likes driving his quad, and he might have some mental handicaps, and I'm afraid he's going to come over here and get into big trouble. If they attack him, they could seriously hurt or kill him. So that's not cool. Yeah. So I began kind of frantically trying to think of any friends I know with acreage that I could move this beehive over to, you know, get it away from his yard for a while until we get a chance to requeen the hive. So calling on my friends, and I did find a friend. She's less than 10 miles from here. She has a completely empty 4-acre lot next to her property that she said we could put them on. So perfect. So I go over there to close them up in the evening so that come Saturday morning we could move them to this new place. And when I go to close them up, I see the wild swarm that I caught in this tree back here. They're already in for the night, really chill, minding their own business, whatever. And I thought, well, that's strange. That's not what I expected. Because he had mentioned like they were even like out on the outside of the box and acting just weird. And these guys weren't at all. So I'm like, well, that's weird. So I went ahead and closed them up anyways. And then I noticed one of my other boxes that was given to me by my friend from her colony, her apiary that is super chill. I've been there. You can walk through there. They don't bother you. But yeah, one of those boxes, they were like hanging off the roof and super active still and acting kind of weird. So I'm like, oh, maybe he meant that box. So I went ahead and closed both of them up just to be sure. And in the morning, when we met up to move the bees, turns out, yes, it was that second box that was not a wild swarm. So we know where it came from. We know the lineage of that queen to an extent. And she's not from a crazy hive. So I don't know what's going on. And when I had checked on them the week before going out of town, they were fine. They didn't act any more aggressive than any other hive. I had no problems with them. So I don't know what their deal is. They just snapped. And the friend that I got them from, as well as another beekeeping friend, both said, you know, the only time our hives have acted really aggressive and weird like that is if their queen died. My neighbor, who is my bee mentor, he said no, he didn't think that would cause it. So I don't know. But anyway, so Saturday morning, we decided to go ahead and move them to my friend's property. And unfortunately, the lids on these horizontal boxes that we made last year are not holding up. Like, the plywood is delaminating and everything, so the lids are like barely holding together. We need to make new ones. So we ratchet strapped them shut to make sure that the lid would not come off while we're moving them. Got him in his truck, got him to the other property. Took him out of the truck. I almost dropped it at one point. My hand got caught on something and I almost completely lost my grip on it. That was scary. But we got it out of the truck, got it set up on some cinder blocks, and as we're putting it down onto the cinder blocks, the lid somehow shifted and they start coming out the lid. And they're not happy at all. These guys were so hot. And the plan was, once we got them set, we were going to pop the lid, find the queen, and get rid of her. Because the queen sets the mood for the hive. If the queen is angry, if the queen is aggressive, then the whole hive will be. And the only way to fix an aggressive hive is to get a new docile queen. So that was our plan. But those bees, we tried popping the lid. Those bees were so angry. We ended up putting it right back on and walking away to see if they would calm down. And we walked a good 50 feet away from the hive and they followed us. And we were using smoke out the wazoo and they didn't care. They were literally climbing into my smoker and burning to death. They're like psychotic. They're not even acting like bees at this point. And my neighbor said he has never seen a swarm quite like that. They're almost acting like they're Africanized. Which, if you ever heard of killer bees, that's what that means. They are, I don't know what's up with them. Like I said, they weren't like that a week ago. So I don't know what happened to them. We decided, because I mean, it took a good 10-15 minutes before they started to calm down a little bit. We still had a couple of them around us, but we were like, we can't get back in there right now. So we went ahead and left, kept our suits on because they were following us into the car. And we're just going to have to go back in a couple days and try again to find that queen if she's in there and get rid of her and get them a new queen, because that's just dangerous and scary. And I mean, they're literally wild animals that we take ownership of, that we take responsibility for, but you can't train them. I mean, they literally have zero control over these animals, but I'm still responsible for them if something happens or if they hurt somebody, and that's kind of stressful when they're acting like this. Thankfully, like I said, they're on an empty 4-acre lot. Nobody should be over there, but it's still a little nerve-wracking because of the way they're acting. If somebody did go over there, it could be really bad. So I'm praying to God that they calm down, that nobody goes over there, and that when we go back to requeen them, that they will have calmed down by that point. This is going to be a super hot week, which doesn't help because that kind of gets them keyed up too. But we got to do something about them, and soon, because that's not okay.